Have you ever wondered why people are always saying don't take anything less than 15k, or 18k is the minimum, or if it's below 20k it's not worth it? I used to hear those things too, but I honestly didn't understand what they meant. Like, what's wrong with 12k? Even 10k sounds like a lot, right? But now I get it, and today I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it all down for you, the way I wish someone had broken it down for me. Hi everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world, Mdase. For me, it's still morning here in China. And before we get into today's topic, let me introduce myself properly. For formality's sake, my name is Nobuhle Khumalo, proudly South African. I graduated from the University of South Africa, UNISA, my love. Soon after that, I went to law school, wrote my board exams, and passed 3 out of 4. That ethics paper, baby, yeah, we're still on it. We're still on it. I'm left with ethics paper. But even after all of that, I was still unemployable. It was hard for me to secure articles back home. Nothing was coming together. I felt stuck. That's when my sister told me about the opportunity to come and teach English here in China. At first, I laughed it off. I was like, girl, be serious. But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Eventually, I packed my bags and I took a leap of faith. And now, here I am. It's been 6 months, honey, since I moved here. And this journey has taught me things that no degree ever did, okay? Today, I want to share some of that with you guys, especially about salary. Not the number on your contract, but the real value of your money, because baby, nobody told me this. This video is for my people who are still back at home. Maybe you're unemployed, maybe you're applying for jobs and job offers are coming in. You're looking at this contract and say things like, ooh, 10,000 RMB, 15,000 RMB, 20,000 RMB. And your first instinct is to convert it into rands. That's exactly what I did too, because we think in rands, right? We want to know how much are they giving me in my currency. And honey, that's not wrong, but I want to show you the part they don't explain. If you see me glancing over here, just know that I am not distracted, right? I just want to make sure that you get, alright? Okay. My darling, the number on your contract, it's not your take home. Sometimes it's even before tax, and then you still have to pay for maybe tax, medical insurance, maybe your accommodation, transport, food, utilities. It adds up. By the time all of that is done, that big number starts to feel very small. Let's talk about something that a lot of us aren't really taught: inflation. Let's explain it first. So, inflation is when the cost of living increases. Food becomes more expensive, rent goes up, transport prices rises, but your salary stays the same. I hope I've explained it. Okay. So your money doesn't go as far as it used to. The same money that once bought a full grocery trolley, now it buys half. And when you work abroad, inflation does not only affect where you are, it affects your home currency too, and how much your salary is actually worth when you send it home. Let me give you a real example. Let's say, give or take, I earn 10,000 RMB. 2 months ago, the exchange rate was 0.38. So if I sent my full salary home, 10,000, wait, I've also got a calculator here. 10,000 RMB divided by 0.38, which is the exchange rate. Right? So if I sent my full salary at home, 10,000 RMB divided by 0.38, it amounted to 26,316. Now the rate has dropped to 0.40. Take the same 10,000 RMB, divide it by the exchange rate 0.40. It equals to 25,000 rands. That's 1,316 gone. Just like that. Not because I made a mistake, not because I spent too much, just because of inflation and the exchange rate shifting. So yes, my salary is still the same on paper, but what I actually take home in rands has changed. That's why I say the number on your contract is not the real salary. Two months ago, I earned exactly the same salary as I do now, but when I converted it to rands, I got more back then than I do now. Not because of spending, but because of how the exchange rate has moved. So when people used to say, don't take less than 15K, I thought they were being dramatic or picky. Now that I'm here, I understand. As you would know that salaries are quite confidential, this is just examples, okay? All right. So if you're considering a lower offer, and babe, let me say this to you from the heart, from the Ntlizio, from the Mbilo, okay? I know back home in South Africa, unemployment is high. So when you get an offer of 7,000 RMB, it feels like a chance, a lifeline, and maybe it is. Situations are different, circumstances are different. You know your pressure, you know your responsibilities. I am not here to judge. All I'm saying is that be aware, just calculate. Don't let that contract number mislead you. Make sure that after deductions, you're still going to be okay. Because if it's not, you might find yourself stressed, calculating, subtracting, wondering what went wrong, when in fact it's not you. It's inflation, my love. It's the system, it's the way the numbers play. So now, what people have said versus what I have learned. Even when I was still back home, people used to say, don't work for a training center. I didn't understand it. I really didn't. I was like, a job is a job, right? Now that I'm working at a training center, I get it. Sometimes experience is the best teacher, but sometimes, honestly, you don't need to touch the stove to know it's hot. Or do you? Sometimes you just need to listen, guys. So the reason why I'm sharing this, now that I am studying economics, things are starting to click. I finally understand some of these things I didn't grasp before, but nobody taught me this. Nobody sat me down and said, Nobuhle, this is how it actually works, you know? So I'm sharing with you, not as an expert, not as a financial advisor, not as a financial advisor, but as someone who is living it, learning, and just wants you to be better prepared than I was. Okay? So before you say yes to that contract, my love, ask yourself, what's the exchange rate right now? Will I be taxed? What other deductions are there? Can I still support myself and send money home? Because this is not just about getting a job. It's about being smart about it. It's about being stable. It's about protecting your peace. Okay? All right. If you've been through this, or if you're still sitting with a contract in your inbox and don't know what to do, comment below. Let's talk. If this helped you, even just a little, please like, subscribe, and share with someone. Let's share, guys. Please just share to somebody who's unemployed, who's looking for a job, a graduate. Please, let's share. There's no gatekeeping in 2025, guys. There's no gatekeeping. Oscar gatekeeper. I can't really wait. Now we didn't gatekeep for you. Okay, guys, stay tuned, stay informed, and always protect your peace. All right. Mwah.